Awesome, so great to speak with you all. And this is such a beautiful community that Gabby is building, and this is, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to speak with you all. Indeed, clean creatives. So I have to make it quite quick, so please zone in and then relax later, because we're going to save the planet here. Quite literally. So, clean creatives, if I can go there, with this now move me onto my, oh, beautiful, so organized. So, essentially, we are a global campaign uniting agencies, creatives, and clients in declining work from the fossil fuel industry to solve climate change. We do that by asking creatives and agencies to take a pledge on our website, cleancreatives.org, which commits you to doing that, to say, as a creative, I will not lend my skills to the industry that is fast bringing about a climate that is not compatible with our human survival. And actually, there were headlines this week that the UN's climate scientists, the IPCC scientists, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, saying, this is our last warning, it's dire, pay attention. As one of the scientists on my Twitter feed said, this is like the moment in the, I've just been watching The Last of Us, this is like the moment in the scary movie where the scientists give their last warning that's ignored, and then it's like fast forward and it's like apocalypse. So that's literally what happened this week, if you weren't reading the news. Cool, now, it's my birthday today, and coming up here I was like, I definitely need a joke to start, because this is a really serious topic. So let me use ChatGPT to ask it, what's a joke about working on your birthday night? And it was so crap, I'm not going to give it to you guys. So your jobs are safe. Anyway, so we launched in South Africa last year, and it's actually growing beautifully. It's a global movement started by these, by the way, please just shout when it's 5, 10, and 15 minutes, otherwise I'm not going to make it. So it was started in the US by these climate change activists who kept finding that every time they wanted to advance something good, like a policy to accelerate our transition to renewable energy, electric vehicles, closing a coal plant, a massive backlash would happen. And they were like, whoa, where does that come from? And it's actually deep-funded campaigns, whether it's ads all over Facebook, fake bots on Twitter, you're going to see in this presentation even motion graphics, playing a role in confusing people, sowing doubt, a bit like big tobacco did many years ago. And does this really cause cancer? We're not so sure. So basically, is climate change real? We're not so sure. So these campaigns are very insidious to the point where they would literally they would hire people to be fake grassroots activists to go and have a counter-protest against real people protesting for the climate. I mean, it's dark stuff. So they started Clean Creatives, and we launched it here in South Africa, and we've started building, that's a little photo of our talk at Lurie's last year, the Lurie's Creative Week event that we had. And it's growing nicely. We now have over 500 agencies. Here's some of the global coverage, Ad Week, so on. Here's some of the local coverage. We have 500 agencies committed to the pledge, over 1,300 individual creatives, including Gabby, including We Are Batch. Does anyone represent We Are Batch? Anyways, they're amazing people. Animators, get to know them. We Are Batch, and we have today also Roger from Adapter, Roger van der Merwe, shout out to him, and Jobo, who just signed on, another animator who signed on to be a clean creative. So please, all of you, take the pledge today if you are able to. As agencies, it's better, but as creatives, it's also great. And essentially, I've kind of got ahead of myself, but this is climate change. It's happening right now. I think I'm probably preaching to a converted who realizes from the day zero days of Cape Town that this thing is real. Durban floods, and the 3/4 of the carbon pollution that's causing this heating up, that's causing these dangerous weather effects, comes from the fossil fuel industry. And we do not need new fossil fuel projects, according to the IEA, the International Energy Agency, to meet our global energy demands. There's the floods from Durban. So how does fossil fuel advertising contribute to climate change? Well, check these ads out from some of our favorites, Total Energies, Sia Kolisi, our fave. Total Energies, my #1 choice, making my journey better. right? He started an ad, and all you see are these solar panels and kids and lovely animals and parks sponsored by Total Energies and Shell and solar panels. And this thing, will this work? Let's see.
Together, we need to diversify our energy mix for energy that is ever more affordable, cleaner, more reliable, and accessible to as many people as possible.
So that was quick. Will it work? Wait, try it again with the sound.
Together, we need to diversify our energy mix for energy that is ever more affordable, cleaner, more reliable, and accessible to as many people as possible.
Cool. So, and spoiler alert. But anyways, the point is, I was going to ask you guys at that point, how much based on those ads do you think these companies are investing in renewable, clean energy as a percentage of their capital expenditure each year? And then I was going to ask, and it was going to be very dramatic, and I forgot to do that. It's my birthday, okay? 1%! 99% goes into exploring for more fossil fuels. They're literally burning up the atmosphere. And they have no plans to stop. In fact, they're doubling down. They're going in the opposite direction. 80% of Chevron's ads contain terms like sustainable, renewable, environment, and clean. Only 1.8% of their capital went into non-oil and gas projects. These companies do not care about us. And I'm going to show you this ad, even though I'm a bit short on time, because we need this for catharsis. Can I actually do this? Wait. How do I click it? Maybe I should skip the video. Yes. Okay, I'm stopping.
We at Chevron believe that nothing is more precious than life, and that the most precious life of all is the dead kind that has been compressed for hundreds of millions of years under massive rocks until it magically becomes oil. Oil that we can refine and sell as gasoline, so a cool-ass tank can crush a clay hut, or an airplane can take a businessman 3,000 miles to have dinner with someone, or whatever. All the while releasing greenhouse gases that are transforming the planet right this second into a hellish George Miller film. Because at the end of the day, we at Chevron straight up don't give a single fuck about you, your weird children, or your stupid ratty-ass dog. And we have billions and billions of dollars to pay for this commercial time, this cheesy footage, and this bullshit music. All so that you will be lulled into a catatonic state that makes you forget one singular fact. Chevron is actively murdering you every day. See, the human brain can only deal with so many things at once, so these emotionally loaded scenes will always push aside other thoughts like, Chevron is murdering me. It's just how our brains work, you meat puppet who exists only to feed us profits. Chevron. It's hard to even comprehend how little of a fuck we give about you.
And this commercial also applies equally to Exxon, BP, Shell, our delinquent lapdog media, and any hack politician who's trading the feed.
I think that's one of the best ads I've ever seen. Very accurate, very honest. I'll quickly skip through the rest of the presentation. I'm definitely way behind. Gary, do we have a time at all? 5 minutes left? Cool. So, pay attention, zone in. This is the big profits they made last year. This is what they're doing. They're going the wrong way. I've said it already. Next slide. Help. Can we go to the next slide? It's not working. Can you click it? I must have broken something. This is the fossil fuel industry. Okay, click. Awesome. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep click. Okay, yeah, I think it's working again. Is it? So this is what they say on their website, and they got sued for this because it's blatant lies. Like, we're going to become a net zero emissions business by 2050 in line with the Paris Agreement. Zoom into the small print, it's literally the opposite. Our operating budget and plans do not align. They're not. And then many of you will have heard Shell tried to drill the Wild Coast. Well, we protested hard and the court stopped it, but they're coming back. They're appealing, and that's what they're trying to do, these companies. Total is here. They're going to carve up the whole country, and it's like this across the whole continent. There's a dash for gas happening across Africa. So stopping fossil fuel advertising is climate action. And if you look at these emissions, they just go up and up and up, the carbon emissions, similar to the way cigarettes, smoking, lung cancer mortality, and the sales of cigarettes went up and up and up until, boom, the US banned cigarette ads. What happens next? A steep drop off in lung cancer and cigarette sales, and it opens up the policy space for all these new laws to come in that restrict, and so that's what we need with carbon. That's what we need, okay? So the pledge is really important. This is our, I don't know why it went small, that's weird, but it's on the website, cleancreds.org/list. Our agency, or me as a person, a creative, will decline any future contract with fossil fuel companies, trade associations, or front groups. Take the Clean Creatives Pledge. Who's in? 500 agencies, more than 1,300 creatives, and 23, as of this Human Rights Day, we published an open letter on News 24. 23 leading civil society organizations, including Desmond Tutu, who's founded his Legacy Foundation, have endorsed, because he was a big anti-fossil fuel activist. Much like, and he's always been on the button, guys, whether it's gay rights or his lesbian daughter who he supported from day one, or the anti-apartheid struggle, he's been on the money, and so they endorsed us as well. And you can see this open letter was signed by all of these organizations, Greenpeace, Desmond Tutu, Center for Environmental Rights, blah, 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 all the way down. Our work, they saying this, our work is undermined by advertising and PR and creativity that promotes fossil fuel companies and deflects from the immense harm that they're causing. So be a force for good rather than part of the problem. Sustainability is about your clients, not just your company. So no point in pledging as an agency to put solar panels on the roof and reduce your emissions if just one of your clients emits that, but your carbon reduction plan is that. So just one campaign for BP by WPP, the global agency, completely obliterates the agency taking any of their own efforts to reduce their impact. So how does it benefit you actually? Well, team culture is a competitive advantage. And we know that under 35s really prioritize the environment. So you're building a team culture and you're saying that this is something we're making important. And you're putting your creativity on the right side of cause campaigns. For example, the agency, the advertising agency, McCann, that worked on this, is it McCann? I think it's McCann. Oh no, this is Gray, that worked on stuff for David Attenborough and the UN. They also have BP as a client. So you're literally undermining the very message you're sending with your other, there's a conflict there. And also, if everything is greenwashing, then we don't believe anything is ever green, right? So it's important to protect the integrity and not make this company look green, which isn't really green. And these guys are making a real effort, right? Suddenly, we can't distinguish it anymore if we're promoting the lies by making a nice ad for Total that's animated, that's we're all about sustainability when we're not. So this is just another example of that. I won't go into it. But also there's increasing regulation risks. This is for more advertising agencies, but eventually it will filter down. So, your creativity, is it getting used to lie, to deceive the general public? And are there legal risks to that? But just generally, get ahead of the move. Get ahead of what's happening. The transition is happening now, regardless of whether we want it to or not, it has to happen. So get the competitive edge and advantage now, and lock down, be a part of a growing global movement of people that are prioritizing the environment. Thank you. The future of creativity is clean. You can sign the pledge today.
I'm just going to open the floor to any questions anyone might have.
It's not actually a question, it's more just like a thanks, because I didn't know about this. I mean, I was actually just saying now that I've done videos like that for those companies, and I didn't know the impact that it had, so yeah, thank you.
Absolute pleasure, and thanks for your comment. That's really exciting. Today, even one of our pledge signers of one of SA's best PR consultancies contacted me, and she's like, so I just turned down another fossil fuel client brief. It's her second one. I was like, you made my birthday. Any other thoughts? Cool, well, I I'm here and I have cards and all kinds of things, admin stickers for you if you sign the pledge tonight, and a little list which I will put at the back there if you want to put your details down, because you come from an agency that maybe is thinking about it, but what are the risks, how do we kind of move towards this, and then we can get you on our newsletter, get you on our database, and kind of work with you on that. Or maybe you're an animator who works in a big company, a big studio, and you're wondering, how do I become an activist within that and build a movement within my company to drive this forward? And that's very much what we're about empowering you to be able to do that. So please give me a shout afterwards or write your details down. Sorry, I've taken so much time. Thank you.